Hey everybody, call me Felix, and last time on our Boracay food trip, we had dinner at one of the most famous long-standing spots for gastronomy on Boracay, Los Mestizos. We enjoyed a wide range of Filipino-Spanish tapas and the restaurant's signature paella. We came away from our dinner satisfied in agreement with Los Mestizos as a quintessential food destination on your next visit to Boracay. If you missed any of the first 4 parts of our Boracay food trip series, feel free to click away on the Boracay food trip playlist on the far right hand corner. In this video, we underestimated the fact it was New Year's Eve, and as a consequence, we didn't get to walk in for lunch at one of Boracay's hotspots for tasty food. Instead, we walked up Station 1 of White Beach, and for old time's sake, I wanted to pay a visit to the resort I stayed in last time I was in Boracay, the Lind Hotel. I remembered how awesome the food was at the Lind, and particularly, I had fond memories of their breakfast buffet, which at the time I proclaimed as my favorite buffet until I got to do the Sunday brunch at Spiral Buffet a few days later. The Lind also happens to be one of my favorite hotels in the Philippines, and so I thought having lunch here would bring back some memories and in the process, to make some fond new memories of the Lind's food, which caters to a broad spectrum of cuisine influences from Thai and Indonesian to Korean to name a few. I couldn't help noticing that the Lind's restaurants aren't as clamored about compared to other popular spots on Boracay. Did I find a hidden gem that needs more publicizing? Well, keep on watching the rest of this review to find out. Alright everyone, it's New Year's Eve day. We were supposed to go to a restaurant that's really popular, a gastropub here on Station 1, White Beach. Well, that place wound up getting fully booked, so I walked up to my old haunts here at the Lind Boracay Hotel, where I stayed a few years ago. Because I remembered all the food here is good. So, I'm back again. Have lunch. So I have here some ensaladang talong with some bagong. I got Nasi Goreng for myself. Cousin Ben got that really attractive platter of Japchae Noodles. And Warren, for some reason or other, always gets fried chicken. He's got Singapore crispy chili chicken with a sambal on the side. I think I'm gonna help myself to something light here. Try some this ensaladang talong. Get some fresh vegetables in. Ooh, Thai beef salad, yeah. It's good timing actually. Ooh, jjampong, nice. Yeah, I want some for I want some too. I got the best possible distraction because that Thai beef salad arrived. Look at that. Beautiful medium rare on that steak. Absolutely fantastic. Eggplant's gonna have to wait. Some of that seafood soup later as well.
What's the dressing for this? Nothing?
I think the dressing's already on it. I'm gonna help myself to a couple slices of steak.
So what kind of steak was it?
I don't know, it looks like, I don't think it's ribeye. I'm gonna take this really pink rice steak here. It's, lettuce, and I think there's some diced up chilies, some onions, and some garlic. There we go. That steak is really cooked well. Juicy, moist, and then I can really get a lot of that fish sauce. That fish sauce dressing in there. Crisp lettuce, tomato, garlic, chili. Really quite nice. There we go, another one. I wish there was some extra dressing on the side. That would make it better. But I cannot argue with having steak in this Thai beef salad. Really good. Ben was making bah noises to the lack of dressing here. But, you know, at least that beef was really good. Yeah, I liked it. I don't know. It's a little lightly dressed for me, too. But can't argue with the vegetables, too. And then that really well-cooked steak. I'm going to have some of that ensaladang talong. The really creamy roast eggplant. I'm gonna add a little bit of bagong though, because it does taste a little bit bland. the freshly ground bagong too. And put it to the side there. There you go. There's some good shrimpy flavor. It's earthy and not too saline. I really love a bagong that's earthy. Okay, I'm gonna have some of this seafood jjampong, a Korean seafood soup. I'm gonna get this closer actually. Yeah, I know. Yeah, grab one. I think they must have bowls there. So I'm gonna try this. Some of the soup on its own. That's got a nice red pepper spicy bite. Kind of like middle of the tongue. And then lingers just a teensy bit on the tail end. Have some of that squid. That squid is nice and plump. Fresh. You can get some of these cakes in here. There's bits of eggs in here too. Fluffy. Oh, and some of these glass noodles. Ooh, I'm gonna love this. With some of these clams too. Nice bit of shrimp as well. All deshelled with some noodle. That's some delicious soup. It's got a little spice, not too much, not overwhelming. Very heartwarming. I have soup. Really fresh seafood. And then, gotta love the eggs and the noodles in here. Just so hearty. Okay, Cousin Ben says he loves the Japchae Noodles. What's the noise you make for good, Ben? He says, meh. Yeah. Okay. So it's bad if it's bad. If it's good, it's... Yeah, there you go. Okay. There's some lovely fluffy eggs. I love anything with fluffy eggs here. Glass noodle. There we go. These noodles look quite, smooth. I don't really like a noodle that's too, dense. And then, gotta get some of these mushroom and beef. And there you go. Think I got everything here. Egg.
Little bowl. Yeah.
Okay. Got some egg, got some beef, got some mushroom, and some noodle. Here we go. Those glass noodles are wonderfully smooth. You can slurp a bunch of this. The eggs, also silky smooth. Not runny though. But also accentuated nice with the beef and the mushroom. Yeah, really good japchae. And Warren here always gets fried chicken. I have no idea why this boy loves fried chicken. There's a Singapore crispy chili chicken. And I did get this drumstick here. There you go, nicely coated. Let's go. That's nicely fried chicken. Nothing really to note here. That sambal's a little bit tomatoey though. And a little more acidic, nothing really spicy. Thank you. Last but not least, I'm gonna have some Nasi Goreng. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful egg here. Nasi Goreng. Then I got some bits of sambal. Get that in there. And then get a skewer of satay. There's satay here. Loaded up with some peanut sauce here. And then we're gonna eat this and then follow it up with our rice and sambal. Oh, I love that sambal. And that egg combination. And satay is also good. A little dry because we did take some photos. But yeah, everything's quite good. Let me get a kopek for you. Crispy, airy kopek. And then, but yeah, that's sambal. Get me more of that. That is That's around the spice level I like. It's a nice, unapologetic spice. So I think we've established here the food is really good. Once again, the Lind delivers. But even though we missed out on our first choice of lunch, I think we can be happier. And plus, this cocktail here is very Hennessy VS forward. I gotta love that. I'm gonna have to get another. And that about does it for our review video of Tartine restaurant at the Lind Boracay, which I think is an under-the-radar establishment for their a la carte lunch and dinner. But in case they have their breakfast buffet up and running, it's a can't-miss breakfast buffet in my opinion. Hopefully someday I'll get to stay at the Lind again in case that wonderful breakfast buffet is operational again. And to end this video, and given that I said the day of filming was New Year's Eve, I should show you how we spent our New Year's Eve on the Philippines party island of Boracay. Just like we had no reservations at any given time in our week-plus long stay in Boracay, we had no reservations for any lounge, bar, or club to ring in the new year. Warren, that Gen Z fuddy-duddy kid of an assistant, wanted to stay home and play ML, but I insisted that we find a place, and we found a place indeed. From 6 p.m. till past drunken o'clock, we sat at the Om Bar, right by the beach in Station 3 near one of the Henan resorts, drinking strong mixed drinks like Weng Weng and AMF, and snacking on some nachos and other finger foods, all of which were actually quite good. Generally, my rule of thumb to get the best value of any premium bar with a hip scene is just to order a bunch of hard drinks extra strong, instead of acquiring a heavily marked up bottle, but, you know, Cousin Ben, in his spiffy bowling or barbershop button-down shirt on the verge of inebriation, insisted that we purchase a 10,000 peso bottle of Patron tequila that you can get at 1/3 the price to ring in the new year with. We also bought a bottle of wine for 4 fine Korean tourists, as in that trick of purchasing a drink to woo the girls on the other side of the bar with, only for us to get it right back. Story of our lives in past years, and I suppose it will be this year too. No matter, we had a fun night and made easy friends, namely on the back of a badly inebriated Ben sharing some of the 10,000 peso Patron tequila I purchased, and we had to leave it at the OM bar with the return wine because we were quite sloshed to empty them ourselves. And we returned home feeling quite nice until we found another drunken dozen, and we could have used the bottles after all to continue the party till dawn. Some say that to this day, the Patron tequila with 1/3 of it left, and that full bottle of rosé wine is still there, under my name. If you go to the Om Bar in Boracay, could you let me know if my booze is still there? You would know if you knew my name, and I never revealed my name on this blog. So anyhow, on to the next adventure on our Boracay food trip. It's a new day, it's a new year, and the restaurant that rejected us because we had no reservation wanted to make cornerstones of us. Well, it wasn't quite that melodramatic, but we finally got around to try some classic comfort pub food in Boracay's trendiest gastropub, with a clever name alluding to the founding fathers of the Philippine Republic. We chowed down on cottage pie, chicken tikka masala, and roasted lamb shank, among other things, as well as Filipino craft beer. And missing the finer points of craft beer back in the States, I couldn't wait to wet my whistle with the finest ales the Philippines has to offer. All this and more on our next stop on our Boracay food trip. And so if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And better yet, please subscribe for more of our food and travel adventures, as we have more of them to share. Until the next time, keep cool but care, and remember, the empire never ended.